Let Me Illustrate, a podcast series putting the spotlight on board game artists.
Hi, my name is Emily LaRoche, and I have been a board game artist since October 2018. I became a board game artist because I wanted to make games. I wanted a creative outlet. Initially, I wanted to do video games, but since I was doing this by myself just to do something creative, and I don't have the technical knowledge to code and all that, I figured, why not just make board games instead? And that's what I do. The art style I am best known for is simple and kind of varies per project, but I like to try different things, and so I'll do that for my games. The first board game I was an artist for was Dino Dig Risky Sights. That was my first game, and I did all the art for it. And since then, my style has grown, and I've gotten better with the tools that I use and kind of evolved with my process. The work I am most proud of was for, I think, my game Road Trip, because I illustrated like 18 postcards. I really like postcards. I kind of collect odd postcards, which is weird. But so this was a fun project for me to just illustrate random locations and do little tiny postcards. I'm also really proud of my work on circus corgis, because we had a corgi and he was the best dog ever. He passed shortly before I started working on this game. So for me, it was a very special, it was a very special game to work on, and it's dear to my heart. I like creating artwork that is very colorful and whimsical. I like to play around with the medium and just try different styles. I get my inspiration from anything, really. I look at other artwork that I really admire, and movies, games, everything really that is art or just has character in it. I think the most important part of making artwork for board game is to have fun with it, to feel free to experiment, to just play around and try different things. And it's a process. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be what you envision, but it's important to just keep going and to just see what happens. It's just a discovery kind of process. The longest I worked on art for a board game was for Synchronized. I'm not really sure how long it took because I don't keep track of the hours, because this is just my personal kind of hobby. But it was in development for a while, and I tried different poses and different colors. I think the most challenging part of making artwork for board games is to have it look like you envision in your head, because it's not always going to work out. It's going to be different, and that's not always bad. Sometimes it's just part of the organic process. In my view, more board game artwork should be more playful and inviting and have more colors and less darkness in it, because it's something bright and it should inspire and just be fun. The artists whose style I admire the most, I would say in board games, Beth Sobel is an amazing artist, and just her work is just spectacular. And also Tristan Rosen, I really like his just whimsical and fun style. My favorite color is red, and it is always the color that I pick when picking player color, because I love red. What very few people know about me is I actually work in video games for my day job. I'm an animator on AAA games. So if you play video games, you've probably seen my work. If you wanted to become a game artist yourself, I would tell you to join a design group. There's a lot of really cool groups on Facebook. It's a big community, and it's very welcoming, and everybody's so eager to help each other out and give feedback and really uplift each other. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can reach me on Facebook or Twitter at Zerua Games. That's Zerua Games. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this little interview. Thanks a lot, everyone.
This podcast was made possible by the generous help of my Patreon supporters. Royal Patrons Nicholas Higgins and Sean Newman. Castle Guards David Miller and James Naylor. Dice Masters Alex Bardi, Paul Grogan and Robin Kay. And Shining Lights Gavin Jones, Sarah Reed, Richard Simpson and Tim Vernick.